The Holy Kaaba, the grand, lofty building situated at the heart of the Meccan Grand Mosque, Muslims' prayer direction and center of attention, and the first house of worship established for people. The Kaaba is a semi-cubic building that stands 15 meters high. The length of the door side wall is 12 meters, and so is the opposite side. The side of the spout and its opposite one are 10 meters long each. Throughout history, the Kaaba has been honored and revered by people and Mecca's rulers, who developed it regularly and renew as frequently as needed. They cover its walls and consider this a great pride and honor. In the Saudi era, a door was made for the Kaaba, for the first time, of pure gold. And under King Fahd ibn Abdulaziz, the wooden pillars of the Kaaba that dated back to more than 1,200 years ago were placed with new ones in a large-scale restoration program that included rebuilding the Kaaba's ceiling, repairing the corroded rock blocks, and supporting the floor with marble. Inside the Kaaba, there are 3 wooden columns that support the ceiling of the Holy Kaaba. They are made of a uniquely strong type of wood that is very rare. They were installed by companion Abdullah ibn al-Zubayr. May Allah be pleased with him. The columns are more than 1,350 years old. The floor of the Holy Kaaba is tiled with marble, mostly white marble with some colored tiles. Ismail's Hijr, the Hatim, or simply the Hijr, is part of the Holy Kaaba that takes the shape of the semicircle. It stands 123 centimeters high. Quraysh could not afford building it along with the Kaaba and hence surrounded it with rocks so that people would not walk inside it during Tawaf. One side is parallel to the Levantine corner and the other to the western corner of the Kaaba. Muslims compete to pray and supplicate in it. Praying in it is equal to praying in the Kaaba. The Hijr has been paid much care by kings and princes. It was cladded with marble after it had been a simple stone structure, and the inside was covered with white and green marble. In the year 852 after Hijrah, it was covered for the first time with a cloth covering which covered the Hijr from the inside. In the prosperous Saudi era, the Hijr has been beautifully and perfectly developed. The floor was tiled with cold Tasos marble, and on its walls, 3 beautiful electrical lanterns were installed. Lately, the lanterns have been replaced with new ones, and for the first time, doors were installed at the 2 entrances of the Hijr. A gemstone from paradise. Hadn't Allah concealed its light, it would have lit the east and the west. A square-shaped stone, half-meter long, and its color is white, black, and yellow. It is kept in a glass case enclosed in brass railings and with a marble base. It is a soft water stone. It is the maqam, or station of Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, on which he stood while building the Kaaba. It rose up the higher the building rose, so much that he felt his footprint in it. Out of frequent touching, the toes' details obliterated, but the feet remain. The maqam was next to the Kaaba until the time of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. On the day Mecca was conquered, it was moved back to the current place after the revelation of the verse, "And take to yourselves Ibrahim's station for a place of prayer," so that those performing prayer behind it would not hinder circling the Kaaba. In the era of Caliph Umar ibn al-Khattab, a sweeping floor hid it, and it was put back in place in the presence of the companions. It stays in the same place until today. The maqam was cladded with gold in the year 161 after Hijrah. Successfully, caliphs and custodians maintained it and considered protecting it. It was covered with 2 domes, one of wooden, the other of iron. Then it was placed in a compartment with a parasol on top. In the Saudi era, the maqam was placed in a structure made of high-quality brass, along with an internal gold-plated railing. The cladding of the concrete base was also replaced. It was made of black granite and marble. Now, it is made entirely of white marble and adorned with green granite to look like the marble cladding of the Hijr. The crystal cover looks like a half-sphere dome. Allah's right hand with which he shakes hands with his servants as we shake hands with each other. On the day of judgment, it will have 2 eyes and a tongue to bear witness to those who kissed it. It is the only stone in the world that flows on water surface. It is the black stone. It is oval-shaped, reddish-black. Its diameter is 30 centimeters. It consists of 15 stones of various sizes. The biggest is of the size of a date, of which 8 pieces remain apparent. They are collected in a paste of camphor, musk, and amber. They can be clearly seen, and it is recommended to kiss them. It is 1.5 meters high above the floor of the Tawaf yard and at the corner of the Kaaba, where the Tawaf starts and ends. It is kept in a silver frame to protect and maintain it. It descended from paradise white like milk, but the sins of people turned it black. Abdullah ibn al-Zubayr was the first to keep it in a silver frame. Successive caliphs renewed it when needed. The black stone saw various hard times. The Karmatians stole it for 22 years, and it was bombarded with catapults. Currently, on regular basis, periodical maintenance is carried out for the black stone. The 8 stones are fastened together, and anything that affects its beauty and cleanliness is removed. The silver frame is regularly welded to the stone, and it is perfumed 5 times daily.